We are not live yet, though. Okay,
We are
we
live.
say the broadcast is live, and we are live now. Um, okay. Talk. Let me see if I'm still hearing the feedback.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you clearly now. But
Okay.
I've not seen us live on YouTube yet. Or else is my network.
We're live.
Okay, I think I can see it now. Okay, I think we need to share it because we are actually late. I told everybody 8 o'clock.
Wait. The interesting thing is that oh
What's that? What's the problem?
like all these parts now will now be showing.
Eh, it's no one now. No, I think there should be a way to edit it on StreamYard.
But it's live now. We're live now.
Yeah, I know we are live.
So okay.
Okay, so let's wait for people to join then.
No, I don't think we really have to wait since it's going to be um
Published.
we already have the we already have the truth and that we're discussing for the day. So it's more
Mm.
like it's more like recording live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why can we only see your head to your? Are you hiding pregnancy?
My my dear, you don't want to see what's behind me. Or let me
Okay.
stop.
It's fine.
Stop.
Uh-huh. All right. So let's start. Let's get this party started.
Okay. I think I'm up now.
Yeah, yeah, better.
And I'm in front of my phone like this. I'm in front of it. So
Okay. Wow.
yeah, okay.
All right.
And four people are actually watching. They're watching us. The interest
Who is live? Hi guys. Can you guys hear us clearly?
while we're recording when it's not live recording. So they just get to see the behind the scenes before the actual
Yeah,
recording.
exactly. Okay. I think I'm getting distracted by this YouTube one. Let me just. All right. So, shall we start? So, we start. You guys, we are going to see all our secrets. Oh, God. All right. Okay. I know
You're
my
not
husband is one of them. He said he can hear us crystal clear. So, I'm sure.
okay.
But I don't know
Family.
why he's chatting me privately. Mr. Fash, please put it in the chat box. Don't chat me on WhatsApp. All right. Okay. So, I'm trying to
Yeah.
get the truth out. All right. So, who is starting?
Recording live.
One echo.
Am I echoing? Oh,
No,
okay.
no,
What
no,
I
no, no, no. It's the way you were saying live, 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 live.
This is interesting.
All right.
This live
Yeah.
recording just continue this way.
Yeah. We are not continuing this way, my sister. It's laziness.
I know you didn't hear me. I know you didn't hear me.
It's laziness that is doing you.
But I can add timestamps later, or we can add timestamp later to see exactly where it begins, so that people will not be
Wait.
distracted
Yeah.
by our behind the scenes.
No. 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 Okay. All right. So let's get started. So who is starting? All right. Okay.
Starting
Start then. Okay.
because if I'm going to read the tale, the tale was sent to
You
the
have
phone.
to know.
I'm using the
Yeah.
phone
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. I
Ready,
understand.
ready. Usually we'll pray.
Yeah.
I say usually we'll pray now. So are we praying on live?
Yeah. 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 Let's pray first.
So anyway, we're live already. This one I'm asking, are we
Would
praying?
have prayed backstage, but since we are here, we would have prayed backstage now, but since we are live
Yeah,
already.
that's what I'm saying.
All
All
right.
right, so
So
you pray.
okay. So who's leading? All right. Our Heavenly Father, we thank and bless your name. We thank you for a day like this. Thank you for the opportunity you've granted to us, even to be able to share our thoughts, to be able to share from the wisdom that you've given to us. We thank you for this platform. We know it's not because of our power, neither is it by might, but we know that it is by your spirit, it's by your love that we are able to be used. We pray today that even as we're about to start this video, that you would speak through us, that you will give us divine wisdom from above. You will help us to be able to convey that which we need to convey. We'll not speak of our own flesh, but we'll speak as we are led. You will give
Yeah.
us the right answers to the questions, and at the end, all glory will return to you. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm, mm, mm,
All right.
mm.
Let's get started. Let them see the way you used to do mistake when you are doing your intro.
Mm, 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 mm. Something is, I keep forgetting that we're recording live behind the scenes.
It's,
So
it happens.
we already have someone on the chat. We already have someone in the um conversation. Oh, somebody's already listening. Hi,
Oh, hi.
welcome, 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 Gina. All right,
Ha.
so I will not. Oh, thank you. So good to have you here. I'm inspired by both of you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me just start.
Thank you.
Let me just start. This is what I usually do. Let me start. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So we're actually starting by the first 7 minutes, actually. All right. So let's begin. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Truth and Tales podcast with your favorite host, Yemi and.
Victoria.
Yay! Welcome back to another episode of the podcast,
Yeah.
guys. We're so excited to be here. And this is an interesting
Mm.
episode. This is like a special episode because we're recording
Mhm.
live. You guys are
Yeah.
probably, you're probably seeing her behind the scenes and what usually happens before we start the episode. And yeah, we're really
Mhm.
excited about today's topic. And thank you guys so much for those of you who joined the last live, those of you who watch our videos, those of you who listen to the podcast, those of you who are constantly here, and even to the new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for always coming back for more videos, for listening to us, and for sending us your questions, your requests, your truth, and your tales. We're so excited to have you.
Mhm.
Today, today, we are doing something, yeah, as usual. We discuss the truth or the tale of the day. So today we have a truth. It's a truth, right?
It's the
Mhm.
truth.
Yeah, it's a truth because it's sent to us by one of our listeners, one of you guys, our lovely people, and she asked us to actually discuss it and also share our insights. So as we, share our own insights, you guys should also engage in the comments. Let us know your thought about it. As you're listening to the truth, as you're listening to it, just share what you think in the comments as we go. Okay, so Victoria is going to be reading the truth for us. Are you guys excited? Thank you so much,
Yes,
Mary.
I'm excited.
Thank you. You were saying something.
Yeah, I said I'm excited to be reading the truth. Is it better? So I'm trying to test my audio. If it's better, I have to remove my AirPod because I feel like if my voice the other time wasn't good.
Oh, okay. Okay, but that's
Okay.
sorted now, right?
Yes, it's sorted. All right. So, hi guys, welcome again. Thank you, Yemi, for the warm introduction. Okay, so just like Yemi said, we had a question from one of our subscribers, and she wanted us to be able to help her to answer this. And to be honest, like it's a long message, and it's a lot. Like it is a lot, but we believe that a lot of you will be able to relate to it, right? Which is why we decided to go ahead and do this video. Okay. So I'm going to start. So she said, hello, Yemi and Victoria. She's introduced herself, where she lives, and she said she's a huge fan. Thank you so much. She
Thank
said, I
you.
look out for new videos on your channel, and I just want to say thank you for sharing.
You're such a blessing to our generation. May God continue to give you the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So then she said, I don't know how long this will take you to see, but I'll patiently wait. I hope you guys can hear me clearly. Please, if you cannot hear me, just let me know in the chat box. The voice is distant. All right. So she said, I don't know how long this is going to take for you to respond, but I need your advice. She said my ex broke up with me, claiming that I am insecure and I am always nagging. Okay. Then he gave me every reason to be insecure. Okay, so sorry. She said, though he gave me every reason to be insecure.
Yeah.
There was a day we went to his house and I saw a female clothes which doesn't belong to me there. I confronted him and he said his friend brought his girlfriend to his house. Classic boys excuse. Okay.
Telling you.
He said his friend brought his girlfriend to the house when he was not at home, and the friend left the clothes in his house. Like the friend left naked. I'm just asking that.
That's a good observation. Did the person leave there?
I believed him and I let it slide. There was another day I noticed it was changed. I noticed he changed my name on his phone from adorable to my surname. It's like my husband should change my name on his phone from whatever it is to Ajayi Bembe. Like, where did we start?
Can you imagine?
All right. I also confronted him and he said it was because we had a fight, then changed it back to adorable Sha. So after she confronted him, he changed the name back to adorable. Something in me kept on telling me this guy is not faithful. Anytime I try to bring it up, he's always saying I am too insecure and I'm nagging. I have met his parents and siblings, but he's yet to meet mine. Interesting. He kept on postponing. The last time we were together, I noticed a girl kept calling him back to back, and this led to a serious fight between us. Okay? To cut the long story short, he finally said that he needs a break. I was shocked and heartbroken, so I kept on begging him. I even told a friend to beg him on my behalf, but he kept on saying he is done. This really affected me. Where am I? Sorry, I had to scroll. So she said this really affected me psychologically. I was taking sleeping drugs for weeks because I couldn't sleep. I even put my job at stake. Nothing was making sense to me anymore. I still went back to text him, telling him that I've been on sleeping drugs, and all he said was, sorry, you'll be fine. I have moved on, but at times I feel like I did not do enough. My friends are always saying all men cheat. I feel I should have stayed. I'm in my late 20s and time is going. I need an advice. I don't mind if you discuss it anyway. So she said she doesn't mind if we discuss it on the Truth and Tales podcast, which is what we are doing. So basically, the lady was served breakfast, right? And of course, there was, the guy said she was nagging. She was always nagging and she's insecure. And she said that the guy gave her reasons to be insecure, which is why she admitted that sometimes she's insecure around him. And then she also talked about the fact that, instances of somebody forgetting their clothes in his house or somebody's girlfriend, so to speak, somebody calling him back to back, him changing her name from adorable to her son name, essentially him saying that he wants to take a break and all of those things. So Yemi, let me know, first of all, have you been served breakfast before? Have you ever been served breakfast? Or have you been the server of the breakfast? I also want to know in the comment section, I don't know how many of you are watching, but have you guys ever been served breakfast, before?
If I look back now, I would say that I've never been served breakfast, just because the moment I notice that breakfast is coming, when I know that the breakfast is coming, I will quickly serve the breakfast so that it will not be you that serve me.
I guess.
It's a clear case of where you exit before they exit you. Before they say get out, you already exit yourself.
You already get out.
Exactly. That's what usually happens, with me. And I think I did a whole story time on my dating experience on my channel where
Yeah.
I talked about like in sequence. But the thing
Yeah.
is, and I've mentioned a few times, even on the Truth and Tales podcast, that I'm always on guard. Like I'm always at alert. Once I start to
Yeah.
notice that somebody is, because I feel like I don't. This is my personal opinion. I feel like when a guy wants to break up with you, or even a lady, when the lady is no longer interested in the relationship, they will start to show you signs. You will start to see things
True.
that already telling you that, sis, bro, I'm no longer interested in this. Like I'm about to serve you breakfast. So maybe the person is just kind of trying to do you a favor and prolonging it that they don't want to. Like that's just the way I feel about it. And so sometimes I just serve the breakfast like almost immediately. Uh,
Time, Abby.
oh, okay, you are back. Okay, so I just said the breakfast, or like I just tell the person like, okay, I'm done. What the moment I just start to see those signs, I just tell them that, you know what, I think we both need a break and this and that. Most time, well, from my own experience, they'll usually be like, oh, why are you doing this? Or why are you doing that? But in my mind, I know that I've just helped you to do what you want to do. I know that all this, why are you
Yeah.
doing this? Why are you doing that? It's just a lie. It's just so that you'll not be like, not pretend, but I always feel like I'm just relieving you of what you would have said to me. And instead of me hearing it from your mouth and you feeling like I just say it and let's get it over with and I deal with it after. So that's my kind of breakfast, Sha. I've not been served like, take, this is breakfast. But indirectly, I see the signs that breakfast is coming and I serve it just to protect myself, I mean, like just to protect myself because I can't
Yes,
even
ma'am.
imagine
Yes.
myself being in that position that I will not be psychology. No, no, no. I I don't like breakdowns. Like I avoid it. I hate uncomfortable. I avoid even with I just like uncomfortable situations. And because I'm always no nothing just trying to protect myself. The moment I see signs, the moment I see things, I'm off. I'm off.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I don't
so,
think I've suffered
so
like
you've never been served breakfast.
no
Like you've never been served.
no
Wow. Hey,
I've
we should come
up
and
with
learn from you because like
you.
you are our
If
own.
they read it, I'm like, oh, I'm sure Victoria will have something to say. you know,
As for babe Lahore, babe La, who dare you? Like,
no,
babe,
like I remember there were times that some of my friends were served breakfast, like like heavy
mm,
kind of breakfast that the breakup that you'll be seeing wailing. It's not even that somebody's crying, no, they are wailing, they are crying, they are feeling like, you know, with that kind of experience. And I'll always be like, okay, but you knew. And they'll be like, you don't need to tell me, even though I knew, I wasn't expecting it to end this way.
exactly.
But yeah, to be honest, I wish I allowed it to happen to me, but back
You
then I don't
allowed
want
it.
I don't want to hear.
Yeah,
Once I see
let us know in the comment section, guys. How many of you have ever been served breakfast? Because Yemi is
yeah.
not, she cannot relate. But let us acknowledge some of our
I cannot
viewers.
relate.
Okay?
I can relate because I can relate because
Oh,
I've
because you
I
are the server. Oh yes, yes.
yes,
I
some people,
okay.
and it didn't mean that afterwards I didn't feel like I've broken up. Oh. It's just that I don't want to hear it. Like I don't want to hear rejection. I don't want to hear, okay, I'm leaving you. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
hear it. Yeah, I don't want to hear rejection. So once I see that this person is constantly giving me signs that, I don't want, this person is already showing me signs that this thing is not like he's not feeling it, or yeah, I'm the lady here, he's not feeling it. I just be like, you know what, I don't want to get to the point that I will be rejected. I feel like I've had enough rejection in my life for me to be hearing rejection. I don't want to hear it. So yeah, but I can relate because I saw people go through it, and but no, let's just say my heart is stone.
Okay. All right. So let's start. Let's acknowledge some of our viewers. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are so grateful to have you here. So
Yeah,
we have Gina. Gina said, "Hello, ladies. Congratulations on 1K subscribers. Thank you so much."
thank you.
Olu Landon Mary. Hi. She said, "This is Mary from
Mhm.
Airport. Effort Abuja. Wow, thank you so
Okay.
much. It's so good to have you here. Emmanuel, my brother, is here, of course. All around Dominion, we can hear you. Thank you so much. And then, of course,
Right.
my sister is also on the chat. So, all right, okay. So, all right. So for me, I know I've shared my stories before, right? I've been served breakfast, right? I think I've been served breakfast twice. Right. For some of you, sorry if you're Nigerian, if you're not, yeah, it's fine. Thank you. If you are a non-Nigerian and maybe you don't understand the concept of breakfast. So breakfast basically means your heart has been broken before. I want to know in the comment section if you've ever been served breakfast. Just do like this in the comment section. Let me know how many people are with us. And if you are the server of breakfast, do like this. Give a thumbs up.
If you're in my team.
Let us know how many servers we have here. But for me, right, yes, I have been heartbroken before. I've shared the story. I mean, if you guys want to watch it. By the way, always, guys, if you have not subscribed to this particular channel, please make sure you click on the subscribe button. Yemi has a personal channel, Yemi Ayodeji, on YouTube. Please make sure you go there and watch her videos. She does interesting content over there. I also have mine, Victoria Pash. So if you want to learn about or hear about this heartbreak breakfast story, right, I already did a whole video on that. He actually left me for my hairdresser. My hairdresser. That was
That was epic.
I mean, it was epic. And to think that I was the one who actually brought him. It was me he came to look for. He has never been inside that place before. He said he didn't want to come. Oh, I said, no, you should come. I was even angry that he's telling me that he's not going to come and see me in the salon, not knowing that right there, his future wife is in the salon and I was not the one. Anyway, so that happened. So I can actually relate to this lady because when it happened to me, honestly, it was truly a very bad situation because I was admitted in the hospital for 3 good days. Like, guys, if you want to watch the story, go and watch it. So yes, I was admitted in the hospital for 3 days. My mom did not know, and she did not even know what was going on then because even at that time, I should be focusing on jam, not boyfriend. But anyways, that happened. I think that was the last person that ever served me breakfast. I think the one I dated after him was just a mutual. I don't think this can work. I don't think, like, I went to school in Ghana. I was in Nigeria. I was like, it just wasn't going to work. So we mutually said we weren't doing this relationship again. And that was the last relationship I was in before I met my husband. So yeah, so I can relate to this lady, especially when she was talking about the fact that how heartbroken she was, how she was using sleeping drugs. See, breakfast is hard though, guys. See, I know we can be talking about heartbreak, and we are talking as if it's just breakfast. It is very, very difficult. I did not know, and it was so bad that all throughout my relationship with this guy, I did not know that I was that in love with him until he served me breakfast. Honestly, when I remember somebody close to me was having, relationship breakdown, the guy left her and, she was always calling me, always trying to go back to him, and I was always irritated, right? And I said it in that video that it's because I actually forgot when I was the one in that situation because it was really bad. I would call the guy, I would text him. You know that for the 3 days after I broke my heart, for the 3 days I was in the hospital, this guy never called me once, and he knew I was in the hospital. This is a person that we dated for over 6 months, going to 8 months. I'm telling you, close to a year dated.
Be fine.
My sister, he did not even say get well soon. My dear, the guy that wanted to kill my cell phone, I was thinking. I remember the night it happened. Hey, oh my God! And he cheated on me, and I caught him red-handed on Facebook because that night I noticed that he wasn't someone that he would call me, short. I'll be avoiding his call. I noticed that he wasn't calling me again. And then I just went on Facebook because he had some issues. I had some issues with his family. So basically, I couldn't send him a message for some reason. So I went on Facebook only for me to see that he was praising one lady on Facebook, the hairdresser lady. I didn't know it was the hairdresser. I just saw, thank you, Lord, for waking me and defend me up this morning. And me, being defend me that I know that he had. I thought it was me he was referring to. Only for me to see my sister. Hey, I sent him a message. I was, now you are angry, but you don't want to break up, but you just want him to, tell you something that will change your mind. Even though the evidence is right there that this guy is cheating on you. But in your mind, you just feel like maybe, it cannot be. You understand? So you try to like, now that I was in, how could you do this to me? I can't believe you do this to me. Oh, this and that. But it wasn't up to the point that I was going to leave him because I didn't know how much I loved him up until that moment.
Yeah.
Anyways, eventually he said, we should take a break. Like he's not sure I can continue with it. It broke my heart that night. Hey, see, heartbreak pain. See, it's like somebody is squeezing your heart. Like it's like your heart is literally compressing. No. Anyways, that's the way I had break. So it was tough because I remember for weeks I could not eat, I couldn't sleep, I could not concentrate. I was going to write down my sister. I wasn't reading. I was down. It was like I felt so hurt, and I think because I felt more hurt because this lady, okay, basically this guy, I met him in church. Okay, we were all church members. Do you know? He served me breakfast on Saturday night. On Sunday morning, he brought this girl to church. They were not playing love in front of my eyes, in front of my very before. Hey, my sister, it was powerful. But my cousin, oh no, God bless to see wherever she said, look at the person she left people. See her leg is not even straight. See her mouth, just trying to give me ginger. But no. I'm telling you, I got home that day. I had instant fever. I had malaria. I had high blood pressure. Things that in my life I've never experienced before. It was so tough. I was crying every day. I was literally crying.
Because I want to understand, because that's what happens with my friends when they do all these things and they grip, and I'm because the way I process this kind of hurt and everything is that I'm trying to understand exactly how much, like, is it that you feel like you will not get another person, or you feel like maybe you're at fault, or what exactly is why is it that
it's fear? I think it's just an emotional thing, right? It's just like, God forbid, if God forbid you lost a child, you can have another child, right? You can have another child, but it doesn't change the fact that you lost one. You understand? So it's like that. It's a loss. So it's grieving, like you're grieving that loss, because that is months of my life that you cannot take back. This is a person that we have been planning our future together. We have planned wedding dates. I'm writing for my sister. I'm writing down. But we have planned our wedding dates. We have given our children names. We have built this imaginary future for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Even though I know all of those things, they are too good to be true. But you want to believe that this can work out. You understand? You envision your life to around this person. I had other guys that were pursuing me then, but because I'm in a relationship with this person, I don't give them face. So just being invested emotionally into a person, and all of a sudden they just, live your life as if, and then and it's the way. I don't even think there's a good. See, there was one video I saw on Insta blog that a guy wanted to serve his girl breakfast. He now bought her the latest iPhone 13, and then on the pack, on the when you open it on top of the phone, you now see the phone. Then when she takes out the phone, you now see we are done. So basically, he gave her iPhone 13 and gave her serve her breakfast with iPhone 13.
So that's like a parting gift.
Passing gift. When you go to the comment section of that post, you see people saying stuff like, you are not even happy. At least your own breakfast came with iPhone. Some people is cutlass that their breakfast came with. Some people is slams their breakfast came with. You get both. But to be honest, there is no good way to serve a person. There's no good way to break up with a person. A breakup is it's a breakup, and it's a devastating experience, especially when your emotion, you really, really love that person. You understand? So, anyway, that was how we served though. For weeks,
I broke up with someone, and they said that people were telling me, like, if they see me afterwards, they'll be like, you did not try, like, no, what you did to that person is not good, or that he will literally wake up in the night and say, he will call my name and be like, okay, what you did is not good, what you did is not good. And me, I'll be like, no, it can't be like, it can't be that bad. And I'll be telling the guy that, no, I'll be telling them that, they're like, no, that they mean it, they're serious. Later on, the person called me and was like, okay, it's like some year later, he still called me and he was like, okay, we should still pray together. That probably
can you imagine?
And I was like, okay, but I'm not really sure that it's me, you know. And it's then I realized that, excuse me, it's not like this thing it deep, because it now tried to tell me that I know what happened to him that time, that I know what I did, I should not be doing it, that I'm a wicked person. And it was a no, and it was a kind of a way that it was very polite. I mean, you know what you just said now, that a breakup is still a breakup, even when it's nice, it's still a breakup. You know, I was like, okay, write 5 things, that advantages of the relationship, write 5 disadvantages and everything. Like, you see that the disadvantage, even this person wrote things. He practically said I was a liar. And I'm like, okay, even you're saying that, okay, I tell you lies. I tell you lies. So why do you want to marry a liar? Like, you know what? Livia was still like, no, it's because I told him to write things. He's not saying that I'm a liar because I don't always tell him the truth. And I told him that I don't always tell you the truth because I'm not really invested in this relationship as much as you are. So let's avoid, no, we can still pick up from them. Like,
okay.
That's the thing that yes.
Yeah. So that's how you see that heartbreak it's literally your heartbreaking. I think whoever gave it that name, heartbreak, knew what they're talking about. That person must have been heartbroken, because usually it's like that. But let's go back to the comment section. So what did I even stop? Olulano said, thank you. Okay, no. Boluwatife said, in my own case, we served each other breakfast. It was mutual. At least I think if it's mutual. If it is mutual, I mean, that's understandable. You guys got to an understanding that this cannot work anymore. That's fine. But when it's one person, I'm not ready. You just save me like that. That's when it gets difficult. Boluwatife, hello. Thank you for the smiley faces. Abiola said, I think my own views on the issue is that you let go and let God. If the situation is beyond you, many thanks and shares. Okay, well, let's go and let God. If only it was that easy, so let's go. Because I don't think anybody wants to go through that. I think, normally when someone breaks your heart, the next thing that we wish we can do is erase that person from our memory and act as if that person never existed. But it's never that easy, right? You guys built memories together. Literally, when I come back from classes, then he's the first person that calls me when I'm hungry. I don't need to struggle. I just give a call. He will drive down from wherever he is, bring me food. You understand? So emotions get attached, and it takes a while. It took me 2 years to completely get over this guy. Like literally 2 years to look back and not feel any sort of hatred or any sort of love or pain towards him. You understand? So yes, we want to let go, God, but it's not easy, right? Tayo Courage, hi. Yes.
Hello. I remember one of the breakups I did, that I was, in fact, that person, I probably broke up with that person up to 4 times. Like, break up, come back, break up, come back.
You are just breaking heart right, left, and center. Now, wow.
No, it's not like, I don't want to put it that way. It's not really like that, because the thing is, I'm very emotional, but I don't like to show my emotions. I'm very, like, little things trigger me. Like, I'm very emotional, but I hate to show my emotions, and I hate to allow the same thing happen to me twice. Like, I hate it to be this thing has happened before, and then you do not learn from it. You do not even take any precaution. Like, you just put yourself in that situation. So once I start to see things that I don't want to take, and I think it's because of, I would say that I was this way because of certain things that, the way while we're growing up, they used to come and say things like, okay, maybe somebody sees a vision about you or something, and every time they will see the vision for me, it will always be like, I will have marital issues. God forbid, like, it would take a while. It will always be like, it would take a while for me to get somebody, and like, it was always that. Like, even from, like, when I was quite young, I didn't even know. And sometimes they would say to Yoruba, and somebody, then my Yoruba wasn't really good, and somebody would have to interpret it for me in English and be like, okay, there is concerning marriage and everything. So from that early age, I used to hear those things, and I'll be like, what is it girl? Like, is it compulsory to not marry? Like, so because of that, I think that was why I blocked. Like, I was like, this is not compulsory. If they, like, why would I stress myself to go through something that they say is not, like, that was kind of at the back of my mind somehow. And I just told myself, this is not going to be a part of my life. If I don't get to have a husband, I like if I have that issues, doesn't mean I will not live my life, you know. Like I'm just saying it
Yeah.
like easy, like, but I was just like, what's the big deal? What's the issue about it? So from early on, marriage was never in front of me. Like I wasn't really somebody that would plan wedding and be like, yes, I sometimes you just fantasize about wedding, but I snap out of it really quickly. So I was all about what I would do with my life, what I would, because I had heard certain things, you know. And so
Yeah.
when I was dating, if I see something that this person will, like I see somebody is just doing things that it doesn't make any sense, immediately I'll
Yeah.
just be like, okay, we're done. Like you don't take notice, like we're just done. I just go. And doesn't mean that I don't go back and talk about it and be like, oh, now this person is no longer there. You know, like you said, this person used to call you, used to talk, like there's you have opened up yourself to the person. But I think in my own case, I never really opened up completely to somebody. So that's why it's easy for me to be like, okay, this is coming to me. I better cut it. This is coming to me. I better cut it, you know? So when you open up your heart to somebody completely, you are likely to, like, if that person now
Yeah.
comes out of your life, it's going to be terrible. Now you're going to be hurt. You're going to be, that kind of heartbreak, not like heartbreak, but that kind of rejection of somebody emotionally leaving. I don't want it to happen because I've experienced it, but not in relationship. I don't want it to happen to me that I'm thinking about like that person has the hold in my life that much, and I'm like, no, if somebody don't have to have that much hold, then they don't have to. Okay, this one they had to be there. I mean, it had to happen to me because, you know. But this
Yeah.
one, anything that I will now I would open my two eyes and allow somebody to do. I was never going to do. So I was not really open to relationships that way, you know. So it was, so I just feel like if you open up completely to a person and that person, you know, kind of leaves, it's going to be terrible. So I can understand when people, you
That,
know, feel that way.
and for
Yeah, I
most
can
women, you
understand.
know, we are more, I don't know. So personally for me, don't let me speak for everybody, but me, when I'm in a relationship, whatever can make me say yes to you, I am all in. Like I don't go into relationship and be doing other things. Never. I
Yeah,
don't cheat. I have never cheated in my relationship. I cannot be dating you and be no. So when I'm in, I'm in. So when you if you break my heart, ah, it
yeah.
affects me. It really, really does. In short, the first heartbreak I had, the first breakfast, I was still younger then, right? The first breakfast, the first guy I ever loved, right? When he broke my heart, I told the story now. The one who wanted to have sex with me then, right? When he broke my heart, this one, hey, a man broke my heart. I look at my mom's face and I was rude to my mom. Like I yelled at my mom. During that day, my mom, hey, I don't even let us get into that. Don't let us get see, no matter what, the Bible say when you are crying, be seen. No matter what is going on, don't ever be rude to
Mhm.
your mom, like an African mom. Anyway, so that happened. But anyway, so let us get back to this lady's question because I just wanted us to like, put some kind of relatability that we have been there, we know what you're going through before we then go ahead to answer the question. So there, Yemi, what do you think about this lady's situation? Because first start, because me, I have a lot to say, but start.
Do you know, it's actually interesting that when you sent me that and when I read this, is that it was kind of interesting because I'd just spoken to somebody like a week ago, let me just say maximum a week on that same topic, like the boyfriend saying that she's insecure and she nags, but she's not that kind of person on a good day. Like when we started to talk more about this, when we started to talk about it, she now said that, hey, it's true that this relationship is bringing out the worst in her, that she's not that kind of person that complains at everything. She talks about everything, anyway. So this lady said the guy said that she's nagging and she's very insecure. Probably she constantly complains about things that he's doing that he's not doing right. Just like we said, when you open up to somebody, you expect that the person is at par with you. Like you people are in
Yeah,
sync. So when you
yeah.
see things that you don't like, of course you will
Mm-hmm.
talk. Now there's nothing wrong with talking. There's nothing wrong with saying that, okay, oh, I saw a girl's clothes in your house. How come? I did not leave clothes in your house. How did
It's
it
not
get
my
there?
size. It
It's not my
doesn't look like my own.
It's not my size. I don't like this pattern. You know, it's not my size. Like, it's normal for you to ask. But then you
Yeah.
see today, you ask. You see tomorrow, you ask. Like, you
Yeah.
know, she said that he's constantly giving her reasons to be insecure and to be, you know, to nag, to ask questions. I know that they call nagging when you ask questions all the time, that they say you are nagging. And you're constantly asking questions, asking questions, asking questions. They say you're nagging. It's normal. Even in class, when you ask questions too much, people will be looking at you like, I too know. So that's the,
I
in
do.
relationship, nagging is the one for when you constantly ask questions based on the things that you see. So there's no way that a normal human being, a functioning human being that have common sense, so that is normal, will not see anything and just
Yeah.
be uneasy and just be disturbing your life and just be frustrating and just be like, I want to just keep talking. Except something
Mm.
is wrong, except that person has other diagnoses that you are not aware of. But nobody in their right senses will be in a relationship that everything is going normal. You like me, you're affectionate, you're kind to me, you are everything, everything. And I'll now be like, well, okay, well, I want to be disturbing you every day. It's not possible now. So I feel like there's always that thing that causes you to be insecure. There's something. And I feel like the moment you start to feel insecure, this is my own personal opinion.
Yeah.
The moment you start to feel insecure about a man or a person, somebody you're dating, I think it's time for you to sit down and ask yourself questions. It's time for you to sit down and ask yourself questions like, okay, do I really want to be insecure for the rest of my marriage? Do I, because at the end of this one that she sent, and at the end of this truth, she said time is going. Where is the time going to? You know, you want to, because time is going, everybody is helping you to beg somebody that you know is giving you signs that I'm not faithful to you. Now that you are still in the loving time, it's already showing you that, oh, I'm not faithful and I don't have the capacity to be faithful. I not only am I unfaithful, I tell lies. Not only do I tell lies, I put it on you. That now makes you feel bad for seeing something wrong that he did. Haba, it's time to like just sit down and be like, okay, what am I like? What is this? Is it me or is it him? Really? If it's you or him, at least one something is shall not right. If it's you, if it's
Mm.
him, something is not right, and then it needs to be talked about because, like, you just know, no matter what, whether it's a lie, whether you're imagining things, or whether you saw it, whether you not see it, the moment you just start to feel insecure about your relationship, at that stage that you're not even married yet, you people are still doing love. You people don't have children yet to come in between it. You people don't have in-laws yet to come and be saying, okay, somebody's putting my. You people don't have anything. You people have not put finances together. You people are not planning. At that point, you're already feeling insecure.
Yeah.
Just ask yourself, do I want to be insecure for the rest of my life if I get this? And obviously, obviously, the guy does not respect that. Like, you know what? That's really all I would say based on that first part, because she have other parts that you know, the begging him parts, ah, the my sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
When somebody just
I
makes,
don't know. Do you have anything in the chat? My laptop is good. Do we have anyone anything in the chat?
yeah, no, Mary said yes, it's emotional. Those are emotional things, but you must let go and let God. You know,
Yeah.
that's like the only person that has said anything like that in the chat.
All
Once
right.
when anybody says things in the chat, it goes up. So I
Yeah, I don't know.
see
It
it.
doesn't come up to me. You know, you are the one who went live, so I would see it. It's you that would see
Yeah, I'm actually seeing it. As it's coming
it.
up, I'm
All right. Yeah. So, anyways, based on I totally agree with what you said, right? Japan chat, right? I you know, it baffles me when I read stories like this because sometimes when people approach me with questions like this, the first thing I ask them is, "What do you want to hear from me? Like, what do you want? What do you want to hear me say? Do you want the truth, or do you want me to encourage you in what you're doing? You understand? Because you know when you are being disrespected, you know when you're being treated, when you are not being treated right in a relationship. And my problem is when you keep on settling for it, you know, that's why you see, by the way, I'm running a class, a one-on-one to a fast, a relationship class, because the reason why I
yes.
brought it up is because I'm preparing the slides for the class, and today I was actually talking about what was I talking about? I was talking about the different types of love, eros, philia, and the rest of it. And you know, it's the fact that you don't find satisfaction in yourself, right? You don't have a healthy image of yourself. You don't know, or you don't believe that you deserve to be loved and loved right. Sometimes some of us, it's because of the kind of families we come out from. You see the way, your father treated your mother, and you believe that is the way a woman is supposed to be treated, or that is what love is supposed to be. We go around
Yeah.
and we see relationships around us, and we believe that, okay, all men cheat, so it is normal, because that's one thing that our
Yeah.
friend told her, that men cheat. So why did you leave her? The reason why you are guilty, because you are not guilty. I mean, the guy has been giving you reasons. It's not the first, the second, the third. Come on, come on. Like, a person who really loves you and really wants to build a future with you will not constantly be putting himself in situations that will make you keep on questioning his love for you, right?
Yeah.
But if you, as a lady, you don't believe that you deserve the very best, a man that loves you, a man that appreciates you, a man that will literally do anything for you, and that you are, of course, you also have to be that kind of a person, because that's another angle. If you're a toxic person, you will always attract toxic kind of love, right? But when I read this lady's message, like, I felt really bad for her, because it's just so evident that you don't think that you don't deserve this. Right? When you think that you can still go, or you shouldn't have left, or you left too soon, or you should have waited. No, you should not. If any man gives you a reason to make you question his love for you, and you've gone to him the first time, the second time, and he keeps on giving you reasons that does not make sense, that does not add up. Like, guy, I came to your house, you're telling me that your friend brought the girlfriend. Okay, first of all, you have a house. A guy is bringing a girl into your house, and you did not tell me, and I'm supposed to be your significant other. So how come this happened and I did not even know about it to begin with? To the extent that the person now left their clothes. So when the person was leaving, the person brought extra clothes and then forgot their own clothes in your house. Or the person left naked and they not, like, come on. So my problem with ladies that come with questions like this is, you know what is right. You know, for you to even be feeling the way you're feeling, is because you know that this is not right. This is not the way someone who loves you should be treated. Doesn't mean that guys don't make mistakes in their relationships or stuff, whatever. Yes, it does happen. But you know the difference between the guy who's serious about you and the one who is just playing with you is that the moment you make an observation or something, and they say that something truly hurts you, they try every possible means not to put you in that situation again. But a man who's doing that,
Sorry to cut you.
yeah.
There's something that you said now that, like, if a guy does it mean that guys don't cheat? Like, yeah, mistakes. Like, doesn't mean that people don't make mistakes. Yes, mistakes happen. But the thing is, even when somebody makes a mistake in the relationship, not marriage now, in the dating, if somebody makes a mistake, now it's even still up to you to decide that why don't you forgive him and actually continue. It's not like, can I forgive him and continue? It's still up to you. Yes, he has made that mistake and he's changed. Even at that, do I still want to continue? Can I really let go of this, or can I not get into marriage and this thing will still not come up as a problem in the future? Can I trust him? Because, like I said, I was talking to somebody just some days before that, and I was like, even if this person changes and apologizes and says the things you want to hear now, really, do you think you trust that person enough to get married to that person? Let's say he even apologizes to you and say, okay, what I did at that time to make you feel insecure, I'm sorry about it. Over time, everything that has happened in the past, and even in this relationship now, even all things going well, let's say people have never have any, do you trust that person enough to say, okay, I want to continue in this relationship? Aside from the fact that, okay, making you feel insecure, is making you do this, making you do that, Anyway, there's some pop-ups in the there's some
I just
pop-ups.
wanted to respond. Yeah. Yes, you can ask your question, Ayo. Can you ask? Please, if you have any question you need to ask, please ask it in the chat box. We'll definitely get around to your question. So yes, you can ask. There's somebody else made a comment. You want to read it, Yemi?
Okay, Mary said, okay, I think it's Mary again. Thank you, Mary, for engaging. Mary said, I think I really agreed with Yemi's opinion. Okay, when you're in a relationship, you don't attach yourself emotional too much when both of you are not married. Not that you are cheating, but you don't open up. Okay. I think we have strong cocoa people here. Just
Yeah,
like me.
because I don't know
Well,
if that's, but Yemi, let me ask this question based on what the person said. When you met your husband, was it that way?
if I'll answer honestly and not be biased, if I'll answer honestly, I was still like that. To be honest, a lot of times, and it's not something that I'm saying with pride and this thing. A lot of times, I did a lot of work when I got married. A lot of inner work. You understand?
Yeah.
Because I think I've mentioned it, because one of the very first issues I had when I got married, being close, and the thing is that sometimes when you act a certain way to protect yourself, when you don't need to protect yourself anymore, you don't know that it's time to let go. That's the thing. You don't know that it's time to say, okay, stop it. I've now gotten somebody that really understands me. You've gotten your partner. And I feel like, God has his way of doing things. My husband is just made for me. Like, he was just like, don't stress yourself about these people. Be close to them. When you come, you will open. Even if you don't, it will open, like, it will force you to. It's like, it was just literally that way. Because I feel like, in fact, I think I even mentioned it, that I was stalling and postponing that marriage. Like, okay, can we wait till can we wait? It was like, okay, So, but when I actually got married with that kind of halfway open, halfway in, I had to
Yeah.
learn to completely open up and trust. And trust that, okay, this so many times I will do certain things and my husband will be like, see, I'm for you. See, I'm for
Oh,
you. You don't need to
you
be
see?
calm down, madam, calm down. I'll still be like, okay, it took me a while to realize that, madam,
Yeah.
calm down, this person is for you. So, and those were the things that I saw while we were dating, that I knew that, okay, I can go ahead with this marriage. So when I was actually going to get married to him, I was still that close and that, like, you know what? So for me, I calculated, did plus and minus. Like, if I'm going to enter this marriage, will this person affect my dream? No. Okay, minus. If I'm going to marry, will this person say no? No, minus. It was not a case of 100% opening up. So I wouldn't say that it's good. At the same time, I wouldn't say it's bad, because a lot of the emotional issues, drama that some of my friends went through, because I was really closed, I didn't go to, I was not opening to anybody. I was like this, the standard don't reach, like it was gaga, it was too much. When I needed to let go of that, and actually it's still affected, because you just don't know. You are used to protecting
Yeah,
yourself, you're
but
used to doing things, you
that's
just
the
don't
thing.
know.
So it's a problem. It's not normal that you are now. Let me qualify that. When you get into a relationship, even when I met my husband, if after 3 months of meeting him, he said he wasn't going to do, I'll be all right. Okay. I'm not saying that the moment a guy comes, I wish like I can break down those types. There are 8 types of loves. I hope that you go and study and read about it. Like there's a kind of puppy
They
love.
should
That
just join the class. Which one
on
is
my
there?
tummy. No,
Just
please
join the
come and
class.
register for the class. It's not free. You know, the butterfly in the tummy, those kind of love, that is not love. There are lots of things that we mistake as love. Those are temporary kind of affection, and they're very,
Yes.
very, like, it's very, very trivial, or what's the English, brutal, right? So
Mhm.
so I'm saying that when you fall in love, okay, you don't fall in love, you stand in love, okay. And going into this relationship with my eyes wide open, you see all those relationships that you are falling in love, those are the ones that lead to breakfast, because you've not count the cost, you've not analyzed the person you're about to go into the relationship with before you went into the relationship, and then you are going into there with your eyes blind, with erotic love, with all the puppy love and all the lovey. You are
Yeah.
not. That's why I say, one thing Pastor Konko always say that I hold on to is marry your friend. Don't marry a person and then try, or don't be in a relationship with a person and try to make the person your friend. No, 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 no. Build
Yeah.
friendship. Let it start. The foundation of your relationship matters a lot. If you just
Everything.
jump, you don't know the person before, you don't
Huh?
bother to build friendship with the person, you just jump from stranger to being in love. It's a problem. Because all the things that you're supposed to see, all the red signs, red flags, rather, all the things that
Yeah.
you're supposed to be aware of, you won't see it, because that's what erotic love does. It blinds you from seeing what is there. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's the point that
I think
I'm trying to.
that was covered for me. So him
Yeah.
is not. I get it. I think that was the part that me I didn't explore. Me I didn't like
Yeah.
this softness when I first married. Which kind soft? Which kind? Like, I beg. Don't come and stress my life. Like
It was the same thing with my husband too. He said this guy said save me breakfast. You know when you have a crush on a person, but you're still trying to do, big girl, like I don't care, and then the person say hi to you one day, and the next thing you are falling yakata. I wasn't friends with him, but I had a huge crush on this guy from afar. So the moment he came to me, I didn't even have to think about it or say, oh, let us take a while, let me get to know you. No. From crush, sexual attraction to being to dating, which in itself is not healthy. I'm not saying that a crush to dating cannot lead to something healthy. It would take a lot of conscious effort for the two of you to build friendship in your relationship, right? It's not everybody that will first be friends first. You understand? But it's always good that at the beginning of your relationship, you don't base it on physical attraction or physical erotic love or all these things. You build it on understanding, knowing each other, getting to know how the person thinks, discuss general issues. Not every time, what did you eat? What did you eat last night? This new clothes I bought. No.
Oh, I don't like. I think when I was dating back then, you can't be calling me. I'm saying, what do you eat? What I'm like, get straight to the point.
What do you want to do about what I'm eating? What do you want to do about it?
Give me 3 days before you call me if you don't have anything to say. By that 3 days, you know what to say. You won't be saying, what's the color of your shirt? You have something to say. But really, my point was that
let us get back to this.
It's not healthy to be too close, and it's not healthy to open up too much at the beginning. So that's
that's true. Love is in stages, right? I always say it's not the first day you meet a guy, you tell the person everything about your life. No. They have to earn it. They have to earn your trust. And just like you also have to earn theirs. Okay. So when we started, there are certain things that I'll be able to reveal, right? But the moment we go, you reveal, I reveal, you reveal, I reveal. It's like, when you are playing game, you pass this stage, you enter the next stage, you pass it. That is love. That's the way love is supposed to grow. But a love that the first day, you have told, you have talked about the sexual position, you have talked about, hey, God. Within the first few days of knowing each other, that's a red flag, right? So I digress. That's probably a topic we'll talk about another time. Or go and register for my class. Go to my community tab. You see more details about one-on-one with Victoria Fash. Okay, let's move on. And they sell my market. All right. So you want to say something?
No. I'm like when you say I'm selling your market, it's not selling my market. It's not selling your market because if it's something that's it's not selling your market.
All right. So okay. So when I'm talking should we read what's on the chat?
Yeah.
Okay,
so Emmanuel says at times some people tend to think it's their time limit to marriage, so they settle for less. Getting marriage is a forever thing, and what you can't endure when dating, don't think marriage can change it. Absolutely.
True. That's my mother's child.
Like the brain is in the family. It's not it's in the family. He said, when you see a red flag, please flee because anything can happen thereafter. Insecurity can ruin relationships or marriage. We need God's direction in any situation we find ourselves. Totally.
Which is absolutely true, right? Insecurity also, for me, right? Based on let's go back to what we're discussing, right? The fact that, the guy says she's insecure, and it could be true. It could be that you are reading meaningful things, but that's something that's what I always say. First of all, you need to be whole before you go and be with somebody else, because it's not half and when it comes to marriage, it's not half and half that makes full. No. It's one whole person and one whole person that makes one person. That is it. It's not half and half makes one. No, it's 1 + 1 = 1 in marriage. You need to make sure that you are whole in yourself, right? You made mention of the fact of you have experienced some kind of loss, right? So you don't want to ever be in that situation before. And that's why you are close guarded when it comes to your relationship. I also growing up, my parents didn't have the best kind of marriage. I didn't want to marry anybody that resembles my dad, right? But the moment I see a trait that is not necessarily my dad's trait, there are times that, then I was, even the man I married, there are times that maybe he had a bad day. And it's normal when you have a bad day, sometimes it just flare up out of anger, or you say things you don't mean and stuff. But we have a deja vu flashback to my father. You understand? I'll be like, no, I don't want to be in this. You understand? So sometimes you need to first of all understand and heal yourself. So if you know that you're struggling with insecurity, you need to be, first of all, you need to be honest with yourself, right? That's my first advice to the lady. Let's be honest. Is it really the insecurity? Is it that you are reading meaning to things? But to me, with all this example that you have given, I don't think it is insecurity. Because trust me, the guys who cheat, right, who do all this rubbish, the moment they know that you love them so much, the moment they see that you're there, you catch them or they're about to get caught, they will blame you. It's a normal thing they do. They always turn it all back to you, that you are the one who is insecure. You are the one who is seeing what is not there. How am I seeing what, if you are not putting it there? Did I wake up one morning and just say that you are cheating on me without me seeing things that is making me question your love and your affection for me? If it is you that walk into my house and you see a guy's trouser in my house that does not belong to you, you don't go ask.
You ask.
And I'm the one that the guy is calling constantly. Will you not ask? Will you not be bothered and be asking me, who is this person who is calling you? You understand? So if it's okay for you to that, then why is it me being insecure? Obviously, this lady, according to the example she gave, now I'm not saying that insecurity is a problem. If you have insecurity, you will always read meaning to everything. You cannot see your boyfriend or fiancé or husband talking to somebody. You automatically believe that they are dating, probably because of past trauma. Insecurity is usually because of past trauma, either from past exes, from maybe you've been raped before. There are a lot of baggage that people come into relationships with, right? Well, I don't want to talk. Maybe we'll talk about insecurity in another video, but let's just focus on what we know, which is all the facts that this lady has presented. With everything there, I don't think this is a matter of insecurity. I don't even think it's nagging. In short, now let's say we are together. We claim to be in a committed relationship. A girl is calling you constantly. You are not picking. You are avoiding a call, and I didn't ask you. I came to your house. I saw a girl's clothes. I didn't ask you. You changed my name from Ifemi to my son name. I didn't ask you. Sure, you will not be thinking that this girl that is not asking. Are you sure that I'm not plan B? Or are you sure that she's not planning that somewhere?
That changing name thing is the second thing that gave me a headache in the
Yeah.
I'm like, how can a man that wants to be the head of the home, that wants to lead the family, be that petty? How can you be that petty that, okay, you said, the girl saying we had a fight, he quickly changed it and say, okay, I will now change it because of just a fight. Marriage that you people will quarrel, you will argue, you will fight, we do small. Immediately you'll be changing name, Abi. In fact, you'll not be changing, you'll be changing you people.
Like, exactly.
A man that wants to lead, even a woman that you want to even be in the relationship, you can't be that petty for marriage. Like, you cannot be that petty for marriage. How much more somebody that says he wants to lead the family, he wants to, that kind of pettiness is enough for me to break up. If not back in the day, first I'll just say break up. It's too much pettiness. You change my name, yeah.
Well, I just feel that, changing the name, is it that you have already ended the relationship in your mind? Or because the reason why I didn't laugh too much when you talk about pets is because I am queen of pettiness. Like, I can be that petty. I am that girl. You know how I blocked my husband.
You're stressing my person out. You'll be stressing out the pettiness.
Do you know how many times I blocked him? You see this thing when Annie blocked Two-Face and people are shouting, oh, she blocked Two-Face. Do you know how many times I blocked my husband when we're dating? You see, it's just because they are public figures, and then every little thing they do, people always read meanings to it. Because we are hypocrites. I always start talking rubbish. They are hypocrites because
everybody.
When you how many times have you told your boyfriend, I'm not again, I block you, and then you guys come back together? It's normal. It happens. I'll block him on WhatsApp, block him on Facebook, block him on Instagram, right? But I won't block him on Skype or block him on any other on email so that we can resolve our issue. You understand? It's just the way love works. Okay, love is fair. And I am petty like that, right? I don't think I've ever been angry that I changed his name. Never. But block, I will block you. for my mental health.
Changing name is quite different from blocking.
It's weird. Frequency. Changing them is like you're trying to hide the person from somebody.
No.
Because
If
like, why
we're
would you
arguing
change
and I
it?
want to show it, if we're arguing and I want to show it, what is there? I block you. It's me. It's
Yeah.
between me and you. Any other person does not know that I blocked you or anything. Like it's between me and you now. But this one of changing name and all.
Okay.
The
Okay.
comment. Oh, Courage, Tayo Courage said, thank you for joining. I don't think we have actually welcomed her. She said,
Yeah.
actually learning the person you marry is more important than the marriage itself.
Marriage. Very, very. See, that's wisdom right there. That's wisdom. Because people are so focused on, I want to get married. Time is going. And like what she said, I'm in my late 20s. Yeah, your late 20s. Time is going. This, and then you rush. You enter into marriage with that kind of a person. That kind of a person.
And
This
the thing
same
that even
guy
paid me is that none of her friends could not even tell her that. Like you said, your cousin was hailing you, like, look at this person, what your cousin did for you during that time of your breakup. None of her friends can do
yes.
that. Instead, they have to go back and keep begging.
That's another thing. I think she has our circle of friends. She needs to change because you're telling your friend all of this thing that your friend's response is that all men cheat. Come on. I trust the friends I have. I trust the friends. One of my friends, there was one toxic relationship I was in. She was praying to God. I caught her one day praying to God that God should separate us. Yeah, those are the kind of friends I have that if you refuse to go by yourself, we will pray that help you to remove the two of you and let you go apart. You get that? So yeah, those are not friends. But I think there was a comment before that. Danny G. It says a king has entered the life. Oh, welcome, Your Majesty. Salute to all the queens in here. Red carpet treatment. You are very welcome. We thank you.
Thank you.
Your own guidance for making your life. I think you asked the question. We'll get back to the question. But let's quickly round up with this particular one because we want to talk about how do you get over, the heartbreak. Because now, first of all, and that's what I was saying initially, that you need to understand that you deserve love. See, you deserve love. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be respected. You deserve a man that adores you. You need to know your worth. Do you know what God calls you? A royal priesthood, a holy nation, peculiar person. That is what your father that created you for. You want to be treated any less by a son of man. Why? You understand that? You need to see, as in love as I was like that, if that guy had come back to me, he actually did. What am I saying? This guy that gave me breakfast that was heartbroken, and he came back and he was talking, begging, whatever. And I told him, actually, if I will not lie, because we are between God and man. When it comes initially, then I had not healed completely, right? I was still hoping that something could happen. This was just weeks after he was in a relationship with this lady. He was still lying to me that he was not in a relationship. So basically, his family didn't want me. So his excuse was that I was using that girl as a front while the two of us can still date. And he said, okay, we should see. And then I went to see him, and that was the day he almost raped me. That was the day I ran away, and I never came back. But you understand? But after that occurrence, there was no way that I would have come, that I would have gone. Even if after everything, even if I went that day and you said we should get back to school, I probably would not have. Because you need to, first of all, and know that you deserve respect. Have some self-respect. So when someone disrespects you, you don't stay in that kind of relationship, right? So for me, I don't know, she said she cannot, she's taking sleeping medicine. Sister, you will get over it. I was admitted in the hospital for 3 good days, right? Yeah. I was having him for over a year. Every time I remember the guy, my heart will squeeze. I will cry. I will do this, I will do that. But trust me, you made the right decision. Today, sister, when I look back, in short, when I got over that guy and I look back at that relationship, I'm like, there's a saying that life is best appreciated in retrospect, right? Someday you will look back and you'll be thankful that you did not end up with that person. Because I cannot imagine end up with that guy, with the amazing man that God has blessed me with now. End up with that. God saved you from a business. Take it like that. God, you see, sometimes, especially if you're Christians and you believe in God and you're trusting God for a good relationship, trust me, sometimes God will put you in a relationship. And I always say, it's not all relationships that will lead to marriage. It's not all relationships that God leads you to that will lead to marriage. Sometimes God will lead you to a relationship, maybe to learn a lesson, maybe to teach you something, maybe to help you to have an experience that you will later help somebody else. You never can tell, right? But not every relationship you enter into will lead to marriage, right? So you need to go there. And that's why I say, go there with an open heart. First of all, you need to vet the person first. Make sure the person is mentally okay, the person loves you, the person, those are the things you need to look at first. We already talked about that. Don't just stick your head inside, relationship because everybody is in a relationship, because time is going. Trust me, a broken engagement, a broken relationship is way better than a broken marriage. First of all, you are Nigerian, right? In Nigeria, before they will give you divorce, you will suffer for years, right? Yes, God will not even give you divorce. You understand? So before you enter inside, know what you are getting yourself into. And then the emotional baggage, the fact that you are no longer I always say, the moment you stop being single, you can never go back to being single again. So if you know that you are single now, you can still be doing, single paperempe and all of that. But the moment you're single, if you divorce, you're a divorcee. If your husband die, you're a widow. Anything that happens, you never go back to being a single lady. Right? And I know it's not fair, but a lot of stigma that comes with divorcee and stuff, and I'm not encouraging it, right? I'm just saying that it is the society that we live in, right? So I'm just saying, don't rush into something that you will end up, regretting in the long run. I know waiting season is hard. I didn't have to wait for a husband. I've said it before. I was one of those people that wanted to wait till I was 30 to get married because I wanted to enjoy my life. Okay. But I have friends, like very close friends, that are in their waiting season right now. And I know how tough and how difficult it can be. But trust me, it is not as difficult as it would be being married to the wrong person. Marriage is too long. Marriage is for eternity. Till you die. See, all those people that used to be in wrong marriages, they're the ones that the husband don't die. It's the ones that are in sweet marriages, and God forbid, it's not even happen to any of us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
But
Amen.
the devil puts you to a marriage, and then it's a bit the Bible says the dead do you part. You now be praying for the dead to come and carry your husband. What kind of a marriage is that? Marriage is too long for you to be unhappy. So don't even waste your time. The moment you start to see the red flags, don't wait till you are now 29 and time is not going. You are now left with no option than to be than to get married with the person, and then you are in a miserable marriage. Don't wait till then. The moment I am now, time is going, because we cannot take the element of time out because we are women. Whether we like it or not, we have biological clock that is ticking, right? But time is going means that you cannot be doing let us play around. You cannot be going into a relationship with someone that is not serious minded. Before you enter a relationship, you have to be clear. What is your mission? What's this? I'm not here to play. Are we going somewhere, or do you just want to play around? You understand? And you see the patterns, not just what the person says. Time is going means that you have to be careful before you waste any 1 year, 2 years with somebody who is not worth it. But time is going doesn't mean that you don't enter into a marriage with somebody that you know for a fact that this is going to end in disaster.
Yeah.
Right? So my advice is, sister, you will get to marry. Everybody goes through heartbreak phases. Go and read about grieving phases. It's grieving. You're grieving. That's it. And grieving, it takes time. But eventually, trust me. If anyone had told me then, I'll be coming back from church like this. Bible study. This after like 6 months after we broke up. And I'll still be saying that this life, I'll be so successful that this guy, he will look back and he will regret. He will regret that he ever left me. Bitterness. See, bitterness will make it tough for you to give. As long as you still carry hatred and bitterness for the person, trust me, you will take a very long time to heal. But you just need to forgive him, let him go. Understand that he's the one who lost. And if God did not allow this to work out, it's because God has something better for you. And you will be so grateful for what God has for you. Because the Bible says the plans he has for you, they are for good and not for evil. To give you an end, an expected end. So if that happens, just believe in yourself. Go to the word of God. Trust me, that time. If you're hearing your mouth says something like Takuti Jesu, I was gonna die with God. Like we die here together. You must heal me. I prayed every day. Remember the day I prayed and God told me that you cannot heal because there's bitterness in your heart. There's unforgiveness. I was wishing that guy bad things. His relationship would crash. The guy would break his heart. So, hey, God, you don't know the kind of wishing thing that I was wishing. See, you think that you are a Christian until you experience breakfast. That's when you know that you are, at the end of the day, you are flesh that have Christ inside you. You understand? So what am I trying to say here is that when the Holy Spirit told me that, I just told God that I forgave him and let go of any bitterness I have towards him. And I asked the Holy Spirit to help me to let go because it's not easy. And I cannot say this was the day I stopped feeling hurt in my heart towards him. But I know that there was one day I remembered him and I was not hurt anymore. I did not feel hurt. I did not feel hatred. I didn't feel anything towards him. So the first step to healing is letting go, forgiving the person, and believing that God has the best for you. He has the best. And if this is not working, it's because God has something better for you, right? And then, pray to God. See, we underestimate the power of the Holy Spirit. There is nothing. The Holy Spirit has plenty names. I used to give an example of when I didn't know French in school. When I told the Holy Spirit, the Bible said, Comforter to teach you all things. Holy Spirit, all things include French. I did not know Jack Robinson in French, my sister. I never got a B in French till I finished my under level and 200 level. The two levels I always got A in French. I don't see, ask me from what to tap here. I don't even know what it means anymore. But we don't understand the power of the Holy Spirit. So that is one. He's a teacher. Another name God calls the Holy Spirit is a comforter. The Holy Spirit comforts you. It gives you peace. You know what a comforter is? The person that he heals you. It comforts you. It tells you it's your hype man. It's your personal inner hype man. You understand that? So ask the Holy Spirit for help, and it will help you. Right? So those are the points where I can give you, and move on. Look for something else to take your attention out of him. Don't jump into another relationship before you heal. Because hurt people. You end up hurting the person that you're going to be in a relationship with. Take time out, go out, watch movies, Netflix. If you want to cry. It's okay to cry. How many tears did I share? I can't even count. I shared tears those periods. But my sister, we're all right. Last. Okay, you'll be fine. I don't know, Yemi, sorry.
Honestly, I think that's not to just repeat what you've said. I think basically that's it. There's no, it's an emotional problem. The solution to emotional problem is still emotional. There's really nothing else to add to like what you've said, just really, you just have to let go. And like what you said about bitterness and unforgiveness is just, you just have to let it go to heal. Healing is, there's a scar. You don't want to add more scars to the scar that you want to heal. You want that one that is there to heal up. It's not as if you want to be adding fire to the pepper, just basically let it go. The person's still there, you still being unforgiving, you still holding grudges, you still doing other things. It still means that person still occupies a place in your heart. It's time to just keep that space vacant for what God has prepared for you, what God is doing for you. Leave it, keep it vacant. You don't want a relation where you're dragging somebody up and down in a hatred. It doesn't really make any sense, So as much as it is difficult to actually forgive and let go, you just have to do it. Just see it as something that you have to do to survive, something you have to do to move on. And that's basically it for me. And sometimes we just need to learn to respect our own decisions. You have made a decision, you knew, like you said, it's like that this person is being insecure, but you are just acting out in fear, saying that okay, time is going. You're just acting out in fear. Respect your decision to stay out of that. It's not even like you sometimes I don't understand why we allow ourselves to be ridiculed. You saw all the signs. Eventually they broke up with you. You now went back to begging. So you're now saying that you want to go back to beg somebody that is insecure to you. I don't understand how your self-worth is not dragged, and don't see yourself being dragged in the mud. Like
it's side effect of breakfast.
Like you will come down to that point that you will lose yourself. Even the Bible says that what will it profit a man if he loses, like if he get this award and lose this? Sometimes some people will lose themselves just to gain marriage, and then you get inside it and realize that to be honest, the best thing you can just do for yourself is to heal and move on and respect your decision. Just respect your decision moving forward and learn how to manage it. Anyway.
Anyways, guys, those who will be watching later, let us know what your thoughts are on this topic in the comment section below. So Danny G asked a question. He said, "Is monogamy natural?"
It's natural now. I mean, please, what is monogamy first?
I know one man and one wife. I know questions like this, right? I've been asked questions like this repeatedly. You just want to make a point because animals, they have more than one wife. Animals always search for one person to the other. Men usually are they are attracted to multiple people. People always argue that monogamy is not natural. But my own is, I am not a natural human being. I'm a supernatural human being. I am made from a God who is divine and supernatural. Okay? I am not an animal. A monkey can have multiple wives. A baboon can date multiple women or sleep with multiple women. I am not a baboon. Neither am I made from the lineage or the family of a baboon or a natural monkey. Okay? I am made from the image of God, and the God that created me, it is one wife, one husband. Okay, the Bible says that a man shall find a woman is one. Okay, so that is the principles that we as Christians work with, not the principles of natural world, because we are not natural beings, we are spiritual beings. Okay, we are spirits that live in a body. Okay, that is what we are, or that's who we are. Okay, so I am not going to I'm not going to be base my principles on the principles of the world, or by the knowledge or the wisdom of the world, but by the wisdom of the word of God, because that is where our identity is
Right.
from,
Yeah.
basically. So that is my response to you. I don't know if Yemi has another response.
It's monogamy. In fact, me, I don't even stress myself about this. So what do you want to do? You want to be doing numerous. And the thing is
But
that
yes.
the thing the thing is that with marriage and with this thing, I think sometimes people think when you're married, like your eyes is completely closed to women that are passing. You don't see anybody. You don't. Oh, my this thing is getting dark. Let me put on the
Yeah, I
lights
saw
so that
that.
you know. Like, oh, I hope it's not that bad. Okay, so sometimes people feel like, okay, marriage, relationship, everything is about pleasing and just satisfying this flesh, like pleasing yourself. Oh, I like this girl, we fit each other when we go out, when we walk, we fit each other. Okay, let's marry. Or I want to be having sex or something, like want constant something. Oh, let's marry. Like, it's always about how we can do something to just satisfy our own desires and all of that almost all the time. And you think that, okay, when you're walking about, you will not, your eye will not see somebody that is finer than your wife or somebody that you're attracted to.
Mm.
It's a matter of commitment. Like, I'm committing to this one person. I'm committing to the when you're not an animal, like you said, when you're not an animal, when they put you in a high position, human being, we want to don't drag ourselves down. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's a matter of commitment, you know. Well, everything you said, I'm not even
Yeah.
about to
So
like, you know, you can,
someone asked another question. I think my network is getting weaker. Let me change.
would you consider not having goals a red flag? He says he doesn't know where he sees himself in 5 years. Also, he only texts me when he is bored. He wasn't ashamed to say that either. Hmm. Okay, this will probably be the last question we'll take.
Um,
Did you see the
okay.
question?
Yeah, I've seen it. What you answer first? Since I've been
Okay.
asking.
Would you consider not having goals a red flag? He says he doesn't know where he sees himself in 5 years. Also, he only texts me when he is bored. He wasn't ashamed to say that either. Ah. See, the first part and the second part, they're totally different, Sha. They're two different ones. So the first part, would you consider not having goals a red flag? I don't consider that a red flag. Some people just walk by. No, like, what do I see myself in 5 years? Some people are still on the journey
I
to
don't know either. I
understand.
see myself as a millionaire, as a CEO.
You know, some people don't like, we are different human beings. Some people just take it a step at a time. Some people actually lean on the leading of the Holy Spirit, so they don't even know what will happen in the next 5 years, except they. And I think that sometimes you see the vision, you may just not know how long it will take, the steps it will take, and all of that. So you may just not know what will happen to you. You may not have a goal in the next 5 years. You know, those things are just things that we come up with, like, even if it tells you like, I see myself in so place, it might just be, I feel like I want to be so place. It doesn't
That
necessarily mean that it's a concrete plan. Like, I have 5 year goals back in the day before I met my husband, but none of it was I do anything about it. I was just having it, but I didn't do anything. But so if you ask, I will tell you but it didn't mean that I was really into it. So it's more about what you can see, what you can perceive about the person. Do you see him as somebody who is active? Do you see him as somebody who is passionate about something that he believes in? Do you see him as somebody who is, hardworking? Do you see him as somebody that is actually doing something, not all those all talk and if I have this vision, when I see, you just be seen, they will just be seen, they actually don't do at the moment. So I don't think that's a red flag. It depends on what you see, what you perceive from him. Is he giving you the laziness vibe? Is he giving you that I'm idle vibe? Is he giving you all those things? If he's giving you that I'm idle, I'm lazy, I am, then that one is a red flag, because I can't deal with laziness, I can't deal with idleness. But if he isn't, then I don't think that's an issue. Then the second part says, also, he only texts me when he's bored. He wasn't even ashamed to say that either. I also would not, like, with this situation, with this part that, the second part that he said he's bored and he's not ashamed to say that you are his amusement human being, or whatever it is, like, he's not ashamed to tell you that he only texts you when he's bored. I have an issue with that one, Sha. I have an issue with that. Somebody telling me that it's only when I'm bored that I remember to text you or something. I have an issue with it. I'm just not, and I don't want to give somebody something negative. Or you're running with what somebody said. I just have
network, or is it mine?
Yeah, I'm just.
Can you guys hear me?
Think so that we can round up. What do you think about the question she asked?
Can you guys hear me in the chat?
Me, I can hear you, do. So I think
you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. So I think it would, because even for those who are watching itself, all these lapses. Just go ahead. I think because I've not seen any. Yes, they can hear you. Yes. Okay.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, everybody can hear you. They're all saying yes. Thank you, Bobby. Welcome. Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Okay, awesome. All right. So yeah, I think everything you said, yeah, I mean, 5 years plan. I remember when I was there to ask my husband, sometimes question out of fear, right? Like I want to know what my future holds. I want to know that you have a plan for us, like we won't end up starving or and all of that is fear. But at the end of the day, I mean, who says that man propose, man there's a there's a version on Instagram.
The network is getting bad, and we've had a smooth conversation all through. It's now that the network is now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, you can make all the plans. It's God's will that will still come to pass. So every of your plan, I don't know, I was listening to, I think it was Pastor Mildred who was saying that when you make your plan, hold it lightly, because it was Pastor Stephen Furtick's wife, Holly. They said hold it very lightly because God can change plans, in a split second. Does that mean that you shouldn't have a plan for your life? I don't think so, but that 5 years plan is hard. Okay, ask me for my 6 months plan. Ask me for the plan I have between here now and next year. I can tell you. But okay, as we give you 5 year plan, I don't know what the future holds. Who knew? Those are hard plans in 2018. They didn't know that Corona is going to come in 2019 or 2020. They didn't know that. So at the end of the day, we can make all the plans in the world, but it's God's will that is going to prevail. And then a man who tells you to your face, that's the thing again, self-respect. We already talked about that. I'm not going to repeat again. Have respect for yourself. A man that's telling you that he's only calling you when he's bored. Why you with that kind of a person? Why? You mean that you are the amusement. You are Netflix and chill for him, right? So come on. That's in short. The fact that you can even say that to me is disrespectful, right? And if you're still in that kind of relationship, you need to ask yourself, why are you still embracing this kind of toxicity in your life? Go ahead.
But like when I mentioned amusement, and there's also something that just came to my mind. I remember when I was dating my husband, he said that sometimes when I call him, when he calls me, he actually wants to amuse himself. Like he wants to hear something to amuse himself, because I was very playful. I was just weary, like I was just everywhere. So sometimes when it's like, I need something to elevate my mood, it's just like, oh, let me call this lady. And if you call, I would just always have one gist or the other. I'll always have something to say. Like, it was later in that time that I used to amuse him a lot. That he just wanted personal amusement. But it's not that somebody will tell me, okay, it's only when I'm bored, I will
Only
text.
is that only that is my problem too. Like only when I'm bored, I text you. Not
That
even
one is
call you. I will
no.
text you when I'm bored. Please
No,
have
you
some
need to look
self-respect.
out for other
And
things. Look out for other things so that it will not be the only thing that you will say, okay, it's very, but look out for other things. Look out for other things. You would know.
yeah, well, yeah.
So,
Anyway, uh, I think lastly, I think this is the last comment to take. Mary said, yeah, not every relationship is to marriage. That is why we need to be careful during the courtship and engagement. What we call dating, you deserve to be respected. Many things. So yes, it's the same thing we've said over and over again. Know your worth, and then don't take anything less. Okay, know what you're worth, and don't let anybody tell you that you're worth anything less than that. Know what God see. You are expensive, you are beautiful, you are the person that is treating you like this. When you meet the right person, you'll be surprised that somebody can love you like that. So don't allow anybody devalue you, okay? Put the price tag on yourself, because if you don't have a price tag, they will tag you anyhow. All right. So and carry yourself accordingly. So I don't know. Yeah, I think this is a very good place to end. I don't know if you have any parting words. Let me so that.
yeah, I think just wrap it up and just give final words. I think for me, it will be that don't let anybody pour their issues on you and call it your own. Don't let anybody pour something that is not
Yeah.
yours. If a relationship is making you become worse, if a relationship is making you a nagging person, if you're even if you're naturally an insecure person, you have insecurities based on your past, the relationship should actually make you better. It shouldn't increase, or you shouldn't aggravate that insecurity that you feel. It should even make you better off. Like I said, when I was close, even with my closeness, there's a way that this particular person still got through to me, to the point that, okay, we ended up getting married. And even all through, constantly, reminding me that there's no need to be uptight anymore. I'm here for, so whatever it is, that whatever baggage, whatever insecurity that you even have, the relationship should actually help you, deal with it, and become better. And if you are not even that insecure, and the person is constantly making you talk too much, making you nag, making you angry, then obviously the two of you cannot work. Like, the two of you cannot work. You don't want to constantly feel that way. So I think every relationship should always bring the best in you, at least bring the best out of you. So if something is not, like, no, there's no point wasting time. Time is money. In fact, time is life. Time is your life. Don't waste it. Don't waste it
No.
making people put you down. Like, Victoria have already said it, and which is the truth. I am a royal priesthood. Let my shurapa like this.
So yes,
You
so
know, God,
go
like,
with confidence.
I
And
don't know.
trust me, men love women that know who they are. Right? All those ones that they say sit down here, you sit there, they say sleep here, you sleep here. You don't have a mind of your own. They know that those ones are things to
Like,
pass time. No one wants to marry a woman that does not have a mind of her own. A man likes a woman. Like, men love challenge. They love their hunters naturally. Like, God literally, when he created man, he created him to give him work. That's the main. That's why men, they find their purpose from the work that they do. Women find their
yeah,
purpose from who they are helping, because we are helpmates. That's when we are helping, when we are, we have a husband that we can rub shoulder with. That's where we find our own sense of fulfillment from. Men is work. A man that does not have you want to say a frustrated man, say a man that does not have a job. You understand? Because that's who they are. So if you don't allow them work for it, the Bible says that you live and you live, right? You go and look for it that finds. Men love to search. They like challenge. So if you make it too easy for them, they will treat you easy too. So don't do that. Okay. Anyway, that's where we're going to end the conversation for today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you all so very much. We are so grateful for as many that joined us live and for as many that will be watching this video also. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below.
yeah.
Thank you guys once again. We're so grateful to have you join us. Right. So yeah, until we meet again. My name is still Victoria Aidele Fash, and this is I think
Yeah, me.
Anyway,
Look at it.
yeah,
They had like,
yeah,
I hope you guys enjoyed this our live recording.
yeah, let us know if you guys are enjoying it. I want us to go back to our normal number.
Yeah, before we go back to normal,
It
the
will, it
well
will.
edited, part.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Right.
We're going to see you
Thank
guys
you,
in the
everyone.
next live. All right, bye, guys.
Bye. Okay. So now,
Ah, where the hell be buruku buruku? Oh, she has left. I'm still live. Yemi, I don't. I thought I was gone. No.